Welcome to Iron Lattice Tai Chi. So today we're going to do some warm-ups. This warm-up is a more vigorous warm-up, so if you want a more vigorous warm-up with some more stretches in it and a little bit more intense, this one's for you. If you want a more basic one, a suggestion for my gentle warm-up will come up on the screen about now, okay? Okay, so we're going to stand about shoulder width stance, so we're going to start with a little bit of whole body vibration, so just bouncing up and down. If you're comfortable on the balls of your feet, you're on the balls of your feet. If you're not comfortable on the balls of your feet, feet flat on the floor, and reasonably vigorous. So whole body is shaking. And notice if there are any parts of the body that aren't shaking. Often if you've got a bit of tension somewhere, that part won't shake. So for me, that tends to be the middle of my back. So to concentrate this shake in the middle of my back, I'm going to make fists and tense my arms. I can feel it's really concentrated, that vibration up and down the spine. Okay, if you feel that might be one shoulder or the other shoulder or one hip, just shift your weight around a bit to see if you can move that vibration to that part of your body that feels like it's not moving so much. Okay, so this should get the body temperature up a little bit, get the heart rate up a little bit. Okay, a little bit of a shake out. Okay, then a couple of knee lifts, okay? Up to the hands. Again, if you're not, confident lifting your knees as high as I am, lower is fine, but trying to come as high as is comfortable and is safe for you, okay? And then to get the brain switched on a bit, to the opposite hand. Back to the same hand, opposite hand again. Okay, I'm going to get you to do a few heel lifts as well. And again, if you're not confident with your balance, don't do this, okay? So lifting our heels up towards our bottom. Make sure you don't overdo it. Again, you can put your hands there. So come up to the hands. And then you can swap over to opposite hand if you're comfortable doing that. And back to same hand. Back to opposite hand. Okay. Good. And just a couple of little lifts out to the side. Again, only do this if you're comfortable with your balance. Okay, good. Sinking down into the legs a little bit, lifting the knee, nice big circle. If you're not confident with the balance, at floor level, brushing the floor. Back the other way again. If you're not confident, brush the floor. Okay, same to the other side. If you're not confident, brush the floor. If you are confident, up and over. Okay, back the other way again. If you're not confident, down at floor level. Little shake out, give the back a bit of a shake. Okay, we're going to just do a couple of little shoulder exercises. So here we want to start with the hand, palm up. Going to drop the elbow to bring the hand in towards you. Bend the wrist so fingers are in towards you. Fingers point down, back of the hand to the floor as you stretch out. Then let it turn over. Back to centre. Drawing in, fingers down, back of the hand to the floor as you lengthen out. Turn that over. Same again, back in. Fingers down, back of the hand to the floor to stretch out. And last one, back in, fingers point down, back of the hand. And here you should feel that's fairly stretched and then you release the stretch, okay? Okay, so we go same to the other side, left hand, palm up, dropping the elbow to bring that in, bending the wrist so the fingers point down, back of the wrist is in towards the body. Drop fingers down, back of the hand to the floor to stretch out, and then let that roll over. Same again, dropping the elbow, bend the wrist, back of the hand towards the body, then back of the hand towards the floor. In that position it should feel fairly stretched, and then just let it roll over. Same again. Okay, then if you want a little bit to make that slightly more challenging, you can start with both hands palm up, bring them in. fingers down, backs of the hands to the floor, stretch out, let them roll over, same again, elbows down, fingers down, backs of the hands to the floor. Okay, one more time. And then if you want to make it a little bit trickier, you can start with one hand out here. So if you've got your right hand out there, palm up, and your left hand here, palm down. We can drop this one down as this one's coming in. We can stretch out there, and then we can come back in with this one as that one goes out. So a little bit of a brain exercise. Centre. Alright, shoulder width stance, sinking down, letting the tailbone tuck under, making sure that this part of the lower back here is open. If we lean back, this part of the lower back, you should be able to feel it compress a little bit. Okay, if we tuck our tailbone under, this little bit of the lower back lengthens. Okay, so nearly all the time in the Tai Chi form we have that open. Okay, the Ming Men or the life gate needs to be open, not shut. Okay, so tailbone down, knees a little bit bent. Turning the body, letting the head turn to look back over the shoulder if that's comfortable. And arms nice and relaxed so that they bend and they hit against your body. Okay, if you like to, once you're a little bit warmed up and comfortable with it, you can speed that up a bit, and then the hands really sort of hit against the body a little bit harder. And we're tending to hit this He Gu point here against one of the lung points here, and the other He Gu point onto the kidney point just below the ribs there at the back. Okay, so back to centre, a little bit of butterfly hand, breath in to open, breath out to close, finding your own rhythm. And then we're going to turn to the left hand behind the back, right one coming up to the front, both hands up as we turn to the front. And again here, this He Gu point lining up with the centre of the chest, and this one at the back lining up pretty much with the Ming Men. Okay, so we come into that sort of position. So each time here, this point here pretty much lined up with the centre of the chest, and the one at the back, this point pointing in towards the spine. Okay, relaxing now. Nice large hip circles, as large as comfortable. Breath in for one full circle, and breath out for one full circle. And most people that do this would tend to rush it. Okay, so really try and slow this move down. Feel the rhythm of your breath. Allow your breath to deepen and slow. Okay, and then back the other way again with the breath. The breath in, one full circle. And then breath out. And again, if you speed it up there, slow it back down. Slow your breath down. Slow the movement down. Okay. Going to do a couple of little shoulder exercises. So we're going to turn our body, and as we raise this left shoulder, we want to try and feel a stretch from this right hip up across to this shoulder. Okay, so we're drawing the shoulder up and back, then we're dropping it down. Then we're trying to turn the other way and feel a stretch from this left shoulder, left hip up to this right shoulder. Okay, and then let it relax down. Same to the other side. So it almost feels like it's the pushing up of your belly that's generating this, rather than just pulling up here, just being all up here. We're trying to feel like we're pushing up with the belly, and then pushing up and across with the belly. and then back the other way. And again, when we do it back the other way, if we come up with this left shoulder and forward, there's a stretch from this right hip up across the back towards this left shoulder, and then a stretch across the back up to this right shoulder. So trying to feel that stretch, that diagonal stretch across the body. Okay, a little bit of a shake out. Just a couple of shoulder rolls with the breath, following the microcosmic orbit or small heavenly circle pathway, which comes up this meridian up the front of the body, up to the tip of the tongue, from the roof of the mouth, over the top of the head, down the spine to tailbone, and then up again. Okay, so as we breathe in, the mind is travelling up. Draw shoulders back. As we breathe out, the mind is travelling down the back of the head, down the spine to the tailbone. Finding your own rhythm with your own breath. Keeping the tongue pressed on the roof of the mouth gently. And then back the other way, rising from the tailbone up the spine, down the front of the body to the perineum. Finding your own rhythm, breathing in as you're coming up, breathing out as you're sinking down. Okay, good. A little bit of a shake out. Sinking the weight down into your legs, right leg sunk down, and lifting the knee, opening up. If you're not confident with your balance, you can do that with the toe on the floor. If you are confident, up and over. Okay, same the other way. If you're not confident, keep the toe on the floor. If you are confident, up and over. And back the other way. Okay, a little shake out, giving the knees a bit of a rub. Just digging your fingers in around the kneecap, so just at the bottom of the middle of the kneecap, either side of the kneecap, there's a little soft bit. You want to dig in there, almost like trying to get your fingers in behind your kneecap. On the sides of the kneecap also, about here and here, there's these little soft points. So trying to dig our fingers into those soft points to give the knees a massage to stimulate the circulation there and the production of the synovial fluid, which lubricates the joints there. Then a few gentle knee bends, feel the calf muscles stretching. If you've had a knee replacement, stick with this straight backwards and forwards movement. If not, gently circling the knees. Okay, back the other way. Down to the ankles, ball of the foot down, opening the knee as large a circle as comfortable. As you open that, you want to feel that stretching down here, and then you want to feel it pop in. So it's stretch, release, stretch, release. And at first you might need to do that really slowly to feel stretch, release. After a while you can make it quicker. Okay, so just make sure you can feel the stretch and the release. Same to the other side. Stretch, release, stretch, release. Nice big circle with the knee. Shake out through the legs. Shake out through the wrists. Fairly vigorously backwards and forwards. A little bit up and down. A little bit side to side. And a little bit rolling back the other way, linking fingers together, elbows as close together as comfortable, one wrist up and take that wrist forwards towards me and down, the other wrist will come up, bring it forwards towards me. Again, this one at first you may need to do this very slowly, you never want to do it super quickly, but once you're more comfortable with it you can speed that up a little bit. And then if you stop with one wrist at the top and then bring that wrist back in towards your body and pull it down, the other wrist will come up. And again, trying to keep the forearms and the elbows as close together as comfortable makes this easier to do. Okay, little shake out. Good. So a couple of stretches, these stretches, if you've got any back issues or neck issues, you might want to get some, professional medical advice before doing these. If you've got back issues, you always need to be careful, okay? So this one, we're going to be shoulder width stance, and we're going to take one hand onto the hip. We're going to stretch this arm up, we get a feel of lengthening up this side of the body, and then with the breath out, leaning to the side. As we lean to the side, make sure this hip doesn't sort of pop up, okay? We want to feel like the hips are still level, that hip feels heavy. Breathe out to the side, and then we want to try and release this stretch and feel like it's the release of that stretch that brings us back to centre. Same to the other side. Breath in to stretch up. Feel the lengthening. Breath out as we lean to the side. And again, make sure this hip's not popping up. Make sure that heel's not popping up. We want to feel like this leg is lengthening down towards the ground. The whole side is lengthening. And again, release this stretch. Breath in to return to centre. Okay, same again. Breath in. This time we're going to hold the stretch for 2 breaths. Breath out as we lean to the side. With the next breath in, releasing back to centre. Same to the other side. Breath in to stretch up. Breath out to the side. Hold it for a breath. And with the next breath in, back to centre. Okay, this time an extra breath to each side. Breath out. And then breath in, releasing back to centre. At first it may not feel like it's a release back to centre, but the more you work on it, the more you get that feeling. Okay, breath out. Back to centre. Couple of gentle neck stretches, ear towards the shoulder. Make sure your face is still facing the front, make sure you haven't turned your face. Pick a spot straight ahead if you're down low to look at. That will help keep the chin tucked in a little bit. Breath in, back to centre. Same to the other side. Breath out to the side. Let the weight sink into the foot your head's leaning towards. Breath in, back to centre, weight comes back to centre, breath out. Breath in, back to centre. One more like this. This time, as our ear is going this way, our head is going this way, we're going to stretch this arm down this way a little bit. So that will make this shoulder pull down a little bit. That'll just slightly intensify the stretch, and try and feel that stretch goes from the side of your ear right down to the tip of your fingers. And then release. Same to the other side. As our head goes this way, this arm goes down this way. And with the next breath in, release. Same again, one more to each side. Breath in to return, breath out. Back to centre. Breath in to turn the head, make sure your head's not sitting forward, drawing the head back a little bit. Breath in, and again, breath out to feel the release. Same again, breath in. And then breath out, no effort to return to centre. Okay, when you're back to centre this time, we're going to tuck the chin, keeping the back of the neck straight and long. Make sure you're not bending from the bottom of your neck here, you want to bend right from the top. Tuck the chin in. If you put your finger right here at the base of your skull, and your finger here, this finger at the base of your skull should clearly feel like it's going up, okay? If you're bending at the bottom of your neck, it'll feel like it's going down and forward. So you want to feel like that's going up, lengthening the back of the neck, and then letting this point in the back go back a little, shoulders and head forward, back's a little rounded like a bow that's been drawn. Release the bow, to return to centre. And again, at first that may not feel like the release does much, but the more you practice this release, you'll feel it springs back to centre. This one is easy to feel that come back to centre. This one a little bit more challenging. Okay, we want to feel like here it's just a release, and that helps bring our body back up. Stretching thumbs back a little bit. One more time. Back rounding a little bit. Last one, opening up front of the body and release. Okay, back to centre. Okay, so hopefully that's got us nice and warmed up. And again, I'll put a link to some playlists, so hopefully something will come up on the screen in a second, to the Tai Chi forms and to the Qigong forms. So if you want the basic Qigong, just click the Qigong. If you want the Tai Chi, click the Tai Chi. If you've enjoyed it, please like, share, subscribe. Thanks very much. Make a contribution if you like to. And I'll see you in another lesson soon.